Hello and welcome to Cole's World. I'm Cole Canoe, author, YouTuber, gamer, and aerialist. And today's video is gonna be a little bit of a discussion on 2022, a little bit of reflection of how my year went. So you guys, if you haven't seen my 2022 goals videos, I will link them below. I actually have a couple because I was trying to do quarterly goals last year, and I definitely know that I updated my goals at some point because I got so far off track. But today I do have my list of goals that I had for the start of the year, which I'm probably gonna run through super fast because, and you guys may know this, 2022 had a lot of things that were unexpected in a not so great way for me. 2022 was definitely not my year, if that's what people say. I don't normally claim years for myself anyway, but 2022 did not go as planned. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. Goals, running through these. I'm gonna tell you if I did them or didn't do them, and most of them I did not do. First one was to lose weight. That didn't happen. I did maintain though, so I am happy about that. Workout 5 to 7 times a week. Yeah, I probably did that for the majority of the year until I got injured. Along with that workout goals, we have aerial invert, which is for my silks, which I was doing. I was actually doing really well with those until I got injured. Bent arm hangs, also improved those greatly. I have tuck inverts on here, which still hadn't quite gotten, but I did manage to do some tuck inverts while doing flying trapeze this year over the summer. So kind of, we'll say that I did that one just because we need one of these to have been achieved, right? More workout stuff is 30 push-ups, 5 pull-ups, mile-and-a-half run under 15 minutes. Those I did not achieve. I got really close to my 15-minute mile and a half, but again, I got injured, so there's that. Outline the Dark Blood and the Necromancer. Did not actually do those. You can see Dark Blood back there is not finished. I did start writing it, but the outline is actually not finished, so that did not happen. Finished draft 2 of the Dark Blood. And then it also has developmental edits. I rescheduled my developmental edits. Those did not happen. I did not finish the Dark Bloods. I think I might be getting close to halfway through the second draft, so did not get done. Publish Vela 5 times a week, and then Project Infinity weekly, and then in parentheses it says finish Project Infinity because I was thinking about finishing it. We'll say yes and no. I did write a lot of my Space Slave episodes for Kindle Vella. Definitely did not maintain 5 times a week. I don't know who I thought I was. I was insane. I did publish quite a few though, but then I also had quite a few months in the year where I did not publish any at all. So yeah. Same goes for Project Infinity. I did do my weeklies for Project Infinity, except for the period of time in which I took a hiatus that I announced. And then also here in December, I did every other week instead of every week because I missed a couple weeks. But yeah, so didn't happen. Reading. It says to read The Wheel of Time, book 2, Nightbloods, and then I have these 2 mental health books that have been sitting on my desk untouched. I did not read anything. I did not read any of those books. The only thing I read in 2022 was Boys Love Comics, which seems to be the pattern of the only thing that I can get myself to read is Boys Love Comics. So there it is. I am an author who does not read books. That's not true. I read Kindle Vella stuff. Okay, I did read Kindle Vella stuff. That's also not a book, right? It's the short, tiny format of like fast, like weekly episode thing. So I don't count that as. I guess I don't count that as reading either. But I did read Kindle Vellas because us authors tend to read each other's stuff to help be supportive. So I did actually do that. Number 9 on my list for 2022 was to figure out mental health and just getting disability. Also to do the IMPD 26th class. Because I got injured, did not reapply to the 26th class. I also did not figure out how to get disability, but I will say that I did figure out mental health stuff, so that one might be a check mark. We'll call it a check mark. And finally, one that I actually absolutely freaking did this year was my NASM recertification, which was in April of 2022. I also had to get my CPR certification in March 2022. I did both of those things. I did my continuing education. I got my certification redone. So bam, 1 out of these 11 I definitely did. And the 11th one, of course, was to start the first draft of The Necromancer, which did not happen. But yeah, so the majority of these did not happen. So what did happen this year? You know, I have never actually talked about this on my channel, but I will say that the most important thing that I achieved this year was some mental health clarity and my mental health journey. So I have not been like formally diagnosed or anything yet, but I have been struggling with my mental health since I was born. Yeah, a really long time. And I have been in therapy for a couple years now. I got a new therapist in 2022, who I really, really like. And we did a lot of trauma work together, and she's actually the one who mentioned autism to me. And so I had looked into it a couple of times, and then like months went by, looked into it, some more months went by. But she brought it up, you know, a few different times, and then I somehow ended up on autism TikTok and such. So yeah, pretty sure that I learned that I have both autism and most likely ADHD this year, which seems to answer a lot of questions and issues that I've been having. So yeah, I feel like I've gotten some clarity. I'm going for a formal diagnosis in 2023, so we'll see if that's true or not. But I do feel like I've made a lot of positive progress on my mental health, because I believe in 2021, after I published my first book, I hit a massive burnout that lasted all the way into / through 2022. I do think that I'm finally recovering from that massive burnout, and that I will be able to get back into writing. It's gonna have to look different, but yeah, so that's one thing that happened in 2022 that I didn't necessarily plan for, but was a good thing. I did have a couple of things that I didn't plan for that were not great things. Multiple, actually. One of which I think I made post about this, but I didn't really talk about it. One of my good buddies from my hometown passed away in June, which is when I took my hiatus from my writing stuff, because I could not continue doing what I was doing and I needed to take some time off. But that was unexpected, and that is something that happened. And then on that same note, unfortunately, in November of 2022, my grandma passed away as well. So yeah, it has been a year for that stuff, and probably the third not great thing that happened this year is that I tore my ACL again. I had not realized I had torn it in the past, but this year, playing softball, which was actually a positive thing that I didn't have planned, that I really enjoyed doing, was getting back into softball on the Pride League with all of the other gays. That was a lot of fun, but I did end up re-tearing my ACL and actually seeing a doctor and getting an MRI and finding out that I had an ACL tear, and then re-injured it during physical therapy, which meant I had to have surgery, and I had surgery. So yeah, unplanned things in 2022, ACL tear, ACL and meniscus repair surgery, because when he did the surgery, we found out the meniscus got damaged Probably when I injured it during physical therapy, but I'm not completely certain. But yeah, so I could not walk for 6 weeks. Um, so yeah, all of my fitness goals kind of obliterated by that. And even some writing goals and stuff obliterated by that. Though I did participate in NaNoWriMo right after my surgery, so I was actually able to sit down and work on writing post-op. So that was a win. That was kind of me getting back into writing mode and being able to write after my surgery. Was just doing NaNoWriMo. I did not win NaNoWriMo this year. First time since, I don't know, I guess I won the last 3 years, but I've only done five. I think I've only done Nano 5 times. My first year I did not win, and then all the following years I did win, and then this year I did not win, which is fine because the important thing was that I got back into writing and I wrote like 35K or something. I think it was more than that, but like words. I wrote words. It was great. But yeah, and then there actually is one more thing that was unplanned that I did in 2022 that I achieved. This one I will say is a positive thing, I guess. I don't know. It's we'll call it a positive thing. So I actually came out as trans in 2022 and announced it publicly on social media for my friends and family to see in April. And then I got in with, you know what? I can't even think of what type of doctor it is, but I got in to see a doctor for that and got started on testosterone. So, yeah, made progress in my transition journey. Have not fully completed that because I have not changed my writing stuff to be under a new name. Everything is still published under Kayla Canoe, and that is my legal name, and so that's kind of where it's gonna hang out for a while until I figure out what I want to do legally and authorly in that sense, because I already built my author platform with my birth name. So yeah, that has happened in 2022. It's been a year, guys. It has definitely been a year. A lot of goals were not reached. A lot of things unexpected happened. But in the end, I still feel pretty good. I feel like while bad things happened, good things happened as well. I don't really feel like things are all one-sided in that sense. I do feel like I learned a lot about myself, which is just going to help me to be a better me for the future. It's going to help me to function better in the future, which is really important. But yeah, I think that's everything. I feel like I'm probably forgetting something that happened this year because, let's be honest, after something happens, it kind of just disappears from my brain and it's like, oh, yesterday was a day and I did stuff, but don't ask me what I did if I don't have my planner next to me to tell me what I did, because I do not know. But yeah, so there's that. That's my 2022. Feel free to share in the comments below what you guys did for 2022, how your year went. If you have 2022 videos that you want to share them. I'll check them out. If you guys like these types of videos, let me know. Commenting below, giving this a thumbs up, or subscribing to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays, and I host weekly live write-ins on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to write with me or be productive with me, because I'm not always writing, join me on Mondays. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed your time here in Cole's World.